Thanks for listening to the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast, where each week we talk about a free piece or two of technology that you can use in your classroom. I'm your host, Shannon Martin. I'm a middle school teacher, technology, and instructional coach from my district.
And I'm Fuzz Martin. I'm her producer and husband, and the one that makes sure you CAD listen to it each week.
What was that?
I'm the one
that
who
was
makes sure
amazing.
you CAD listen to it each week instead of CAD.
Okay.
Because we're talking CAD today.
I get it.
You just don't like
where
it?
you're going with it. Just some of them are a little
better than others.
A little easier to pick up what you're putting down.
Well, what would you have said?
I hadn't thought that far yet.
Right. I'm the one who,
I'm on shape to do a great episode.
And we're on shape to do a great episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
guess what, everybody? It's May.
It's May, and we're feeling it.
Whose brain is fried.
Yeah. Yep.
Whose students are like, yeah, we just survived Friday the 13th.
A full moon.
Full moon. And it's Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, until I was married to a teacher, I never would have thought that Friday the 13th or a full moon would have any impact on people in real life.
But now,
until I see what kids do.
Everyone has lost their mind.
You've lost your minds.
And it's May.
Yes.
And here in Wisconsin, we went from winter until last week, and now it is summer and 87 to 95 degrees outside.
Yeah, went from parkas to shorts in the matter of a week. Yeah.
Yes. So everyone has lost it.
Yeah. Well, we understand.
Yes, very much so. So we're keeping it simple with something that can
CAD
can support your children. So this week we are talking CAD software, if you have not figured it out.
See?
And it's been a while since we've talked about some 3D design stuff. And what's cool, okay, so let's take 5 steps back here. So today we're talking about a website. It's called Onshape.
Yes, Onshape.
Which is fun. And some teachers were chatting about it on Twitter. And then I was like, oh, hey, I need to investigate this.
Hello, people.
And then I shared it with the teacher that teaches like 3D design.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I started putzing in with it with my 8th graders a little bit. So Onshape is a 3D like CAD design software.
Mm-hmm.
However,
it's
not, you don't have to download it.
Oh, it's all cloud-based?
All cloud-based, folks.
Neat.
And they have a free version. So they have a paid version. But as an educator and students, you can use the free version and then collaborate with others, which is so cool. So you go to onshape.com.
Okay.
And like if you're Googling it, it'll say onshape.com free. And that's how you can get to the free one directly.
Okay.
Or you can do like Onshape and then it'll give you a couple of slashes and then a free version. But really, if you just Google Onshape free, it'll come up. The reason why I'm not reading it off is because once you're in, like my URL then becomes it's my drawing space. So now I'm on cad.onshape.com. But to get to the free sign up part, you got it?
Well, yeah, but you can also go to click on pricing. So when you get there, just click on pricing, scroll down to educators.
Like further down on the page.
Further down on the page, it says students and educators. And that will give you the sign up there. Sign up for Onshape for students and educators, which is free for on any device, anywhere, anytime.
Yeah, and like you could even like CAD on your phone, which is crazy. Like you can use this anywhere.
You CAD on your phone.
CAD on your phone. Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna ride this one on. It'll make sense.
So it's cool though, and as like summer's coming up, this is definitely gonna be one of those sites. Like this is real CAD software. So if you use like Inventor with your students already, I would say it's similar to that. It's gonna be CAD software. It's not gonna be like Tinker. That is going to be like Tinker is going to be a little more like
fun,
younger based, students friendly. This is definitely be like middle school and up, like that. either they want to learn how CAD software works, or maybe they already have some background in it a little bit, because you have to understand how the work planes work and things like that to be able to do it. But once you are in, Onshape is fantastic. It's got all of the tools that you need. You can sketch. It's got all of your different design pieces. Like I said before, you got your work plane just like you would in any other, like if you're using Inventor or if you're using different CAD softwares. And then they have, like, you can make solid spaces. You can do all the editing. You normally like put the hole in it, do the extrusion, like every little CAD tool that you normally have in design is there.
Yep.
And you'll find, like, if you click on the App Store or the Learning Center, that is where then the paid pieces come in. Like, hey, if you want to, you know, they have lessons actually that go with it, but you have to pay for those. So you just have to be aware that some things, once you click on it, shift you into the learning part. But then there are also videos online, so you'll find stuff. There are educator resources and a curriculum that you can click into some of them, which is kind of cool. So they have Intro to CAD. They have articles and things like that for educators. So there are resources. So if you go in the Learning Center, some of it's paid, some of it's free. So there you go. Which is just cool. Like, so if you have self-driven students, or if you want kids, I know it's end of the year, but if this is something you want to do with your students, you can play with it over the summer, you know, after you take like a month off. And
this would be a cool summer, like summer school class.
It would be,
you know, just doing CAD stuff all day.
Yep. And teaching kids how to,
I'm in
3D design.
Yeah. I'm going to take off of work and take summer school.
That's fine. You can do that if you want to. So Onshape has all kinds, again, the tool, all the basic CAD stuff, which is awesome. But also there is a share button. So what I really like about this is sometimes, depending on what CAD software you're using, if you're like the real hefty, takes up a lot of space, all that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah.
It's hard to share, or there's like a lot of downloading. Like at our school, we got to like do an H drive download and like all kinds of stuff. Here, you can be like, oh, here's your email. Let me type it in for you.
Yep.
You type in an email, share it with whoever you want to, and then just like a Google Doc, basically, you can edit or view only, and you can send it to people. And then they can edit it or they can view it.
Yeah.
So as a teacher, if you're designing things in this software, what's cool is then kids can email or turn in assignments to you versus like trying to be able to see their stuff depending on what setup you have.
Yeah.
It's not always easy. So there's just a lot of different options. You can also choose to make things, they're going to be public. And then depending on link sharing, you can turn it on and off. So you have all of those different options when you share, and you can essentially
actually kind of share them like a Google Doc or something.
Yeah. So you can actually like just jump in, share it with others. You also then have options where you can copy your link and then share the link out if you need to. And it saves, like, once you have your account set up. And I will say, I was going through account setup. There's a lot of pieces to it, but nothing is, I shouldn't say there's a lot of pieces. There's like two things. There's a lot of information. Like they want your phone number and your school address and all that kind of stuff. But that's just because they're just like identifying that you're an educator.
Yeah.
But once you get back past that,
they don't use it.
It's
for
fine.
anything. Yeah.
So just use your school emails and stuff. And it's fine.
Sure.
And then, yeah, you have like your workspaces and however you choose to share them, and you can print them if you want to, you know, set out your design or have like a hard copy of it if you're using blueprints for something. There's just so many different options, and I love that it's all like cloud-based, so it's all going to be online. You don't have to wait 100 years for the program to fire up,
render and do all that,
and then get everything going. And there's just so many cool options. So if you have middle school, high school students that are interested in 3D design, maybe they're going to take some classes next year. Maybe they're interested in it, but they're not sure. This would be a great place to start and a great share for them to putz with over the summer. So they could try it out on a Chromebook, or they could try it out on their own. And then if you're doing a summer school class, or if you do a 3D design class, this would be a really cool thing to set your students up with, because it is very easy to share and navigate and design with. And like you were finding things on Twitter, right?
Yeah. So on their Twitter page, and I'm assuming on their other social media accounts, they have their model of the week. So this past week, as we're recording this, it was a stage setup for it looks like a concert venue. Mm-hmm. So they've got a stage, they got the seating, they've got the lights, mm-hmm. and then they like show where the lights are going to point and all that, which is really neat. And then the week before that, they had an industrial lamp that somebody had designed.
Cool.
And then they show the actual piece when it's turned into an actual,
very cool.
Like
made.
Yeah. And it's just super cool. It's they've got a lot of videos that you mm-hmm. can check out and see how it's used if you want to learn before you dive in. And
if you want kids to work independently on it, mm-hmm. that they have access to that stuff too. So.
Yeah. And just the fact that they have that whole educator setup is pretty cool. So
yes, it's awesome. So Onshape mm-hmm. is on par.
Oh, look at you.
With some very cool
3D
design things.
Yes, they also have a podcast called the Innovators Insider Podcast. So check that out.
Yeah.
And maybe you can listen and
learn.
Listen and learn.
So yeah, Onshape, check it out. It's a fun design software. It's going to be a great CAD setup. You look very sparkly about something.
Canadian artist and prop designer Mad Cow of Genesis uses Onshape to bring his handcrafted illuminated sabers to life. They couldn't say lightsabers because it's trademark. So they used this CAD to develop lightsabers. This was a post from May the 4th. So,
and on that, we have made everybody's day.
Yes. So there you go. You want to get kids interested in CAD? Let them know that they can design their own lightsaber.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
That's all I'm saying to you.
Woohoo. Episode 122, Onshape.
Onshape.
Check it out. Design some cool things and then share it because I would love to see what other people are designing or what kids
get your 3D skills in shape. Onshape.
And with that note, thanks for tuning in. This has been the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast. If you ever have any questions, you can find me on Twitter at SmartinWI. And if you want to get more information on the links to the technology discussed in this episode, you can visit smartnwi.com. If you'd like to support the show, please consider buying me a coffee or two. Visit buymeacoffee.com/smartnwi or visit smartnwi.com and click on the cute little purple coffee cup. Your donations help this show keep on going. We will not be back the next 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Because there are wild things going on here at the end of the school year. Mm-hmm. But we will be back the first week of June to close out season 4.
Oh, my goodness.
So thanks for listening. Go educate and innovate.
The ideas and opinions expressed on this podcast and the Smart NWI website are those of the author, Shanna Martin, and not of her employer. Prior to using any of the technologies discussed on this podcast, please consult with your employer regulations. This podcast offers no guarantee that these tools will work for you as described, but we hope they do.